Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be doing a beaded ball key holder. We are supposed to have a finished look like this one. That's how it's supposed to look like in the end, a beaded ball key holder, a 30 beaded ball key holder. So with that one, we'll be needing medium size beads like this one, 30 of them, because it's a 30 beaded ball. And then also we'll be needing a holder just like this one, and then pins. And then this is how it's supposed to be. This is a beaded ball. We are going to make a key holder out of this so that it will look like this. It will look like this one. And then also a fish line of 0.35 millimeters. A fish line of 0.35 millimeters. And then also we can make a beaded heart key holder. This is a beaded heart key holder. Please let us know in the description if you want to see a tutorial on how a beaded heart key holder is made. And please, if you are new to the channel, kindly subscribe, like, comment down below what you want us to do for you. So let's get started. So with the beaded ball, I'll be using a procedure to make things very easy. I'll put a procedure in the description. So this is our fish line. You can just cut a normal fish line. It shouldn't be too long and it shouldn't be too short. So we start by following the procedure. So first of all, our first procedure is 4 interlock 1. That means you wear 4 medium sized beads, then you interlock 1. So you start like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. After wearing the 4 medium sized beads, then you interlock with 1. When I say interlock means you take 1 bead like this, and then you pass this one through this like this, then you push it down. So this is 4 interlock 1. This is what you are supposed to get, like this. Please make sure that the fish line one is not too longer than the other. It's supposed to be a little even. So this is how it's supposed to look. 4 interlock 1. That's the first procedure. And then we continue with step 2. So let's say number 2. 3 interlock 1. So we wear 3 like how we did for the first one. So 1, 2, 3 interlock 1. 3 interlock 1. So we interlock with this one. Interlock, passing the other fish line through a bead. You interlock, then you get something like this. But with this one, 3 interlock 1. Then you pass your right fish line. You pass your right fish line through the ball facing the interlock like this. So I'll pass it through one beaded ball like this. So we pass this one. That's the right fish line. You pass it through this one. Then you just pull it out like this. So you're supposed to get something like this after the second step. So the second step is 3 interlock 1, pass through 1. So we move on to the third step. So our third step is going to be 2 interlock 1, then you pass through 1. I forgot to mention earlier, when you're wearing the 2 seed beads, it's supposed to be on your left. That's the 2 medium beads. It's supposed to be on your left. So you wear 2 interlock 1. So 2 medium size beads on the left like this. 1, 2, interlock 1. So with the interlock, you pass the other fish line through it. Then you pass it through 1. That's the one facing it on your right. You pass your right fish line through 1, the one facing the interlock. So I pass it through on my right like this. So after doing this, you get something like, it looks like a hat sort of, but it's not really a hat. Then we move on to step 4. The steps will be in my description, please. So we continue with step 4. Step 4 is also 2 interlock 1, pass through 1. So we wear 2 medium sized beads on our left. Then we interlock with 1. You get something like a bow. Then we pass it through the one. We pass the right fish line through the first bead facing the interlock on our right, like this. push it. So afterwards you have something, it looks like a calabash. So we move on to step 5. With step 5 is 2 interlock 1, then you pass through 2. So we wear 2 medium-sized beads on the left, then we interlock with 1, and this one says pass through 2. So you use the right fish line to pass through 2 beads on your right, the first 2 beads after the interlock, where the interlock position is. This is the interlock, so you pass through 2 like this. So I pass through, this is the first one, and then there's the second one. You can decide to do it one after the other. So 1, 2, then we get something like this. Then we move on to step 6. Step 6 says 1 interlock 1, pass through 1. So this time around you wear 1 medium-sized bead on your left, then you interlock with 1 bead, 1 interlock 1 like this. Then you interlock, push it down, pass through 1. So if this is the interlock position, you pass it through the right fish line, through the bead facing it like this. So pass through 1 like this, then you just push it. So this one looks like a bowl. This is how you're supposed, this is what you're supposed to get, this is how it's supposed to look. So we move on to step 7. We move on to step 7, which says 2 interlock 1, pass through 2. 2 interlock 1, then you pass through 2. So medium size beads, 1, 2 on the left, interlock 1, you get this, then you pass through 2. So as you can see, when I say pass through, the first beads facing the interlock like this. So this is the interlock, this is the interlock bead, so you pass it through this 2. You can decide to do it one after the other. So 1, and then 2. So you get something like this. This is what you're supposed to get after the step 7. So we move on to step 8. Step 8 says 1 interlock 1, pass through 2. So we take 1, then we interlock with 1 like this. Then we pass it through 2. This is the interlock position. So the first 2 beads facing it on your right, that's where you pass through. So pass through 2. So you pass through this one first, 1, then 2. Then this is what you have. It looks like a cup. That's how it's supposed to look like after step 8. Then we proceed to step 9. Step 9 also says 1 interlock 1, pass through 2. So you put in 1 medium size bead on the left, interlock 1, pass through 2. So you get something like, I don't know, it looks like a cup. Pass through 2. So the first 2 beads facing this interlock bead. So 1, you can pull it out, then 2 like this. So that's what you're supposed to get after step 9. Then we proceed to step 10. So step 10 says 1 interlock 1, pass through 3. So we put the medium sized bead in our left fish line like this, interlock 1, pass through 3. After interlocking, you're supposed to get something like this, pass through 3. So passing through 3, you pass through 1, 2, 3, the beads directly facing the interlock on your right. So 1, 2, then 3. So as you can see, we're already getting something like a ball. This is step 10. So we move on to step 11. Step 11 is the final step, which says interlock 1 and then pass through 4. Afterwards, then you tie. So this time around, we just interlock 1. This is the final step. Then you pass through 4. When I say pass through 4, you pass through with the right fish line. That's your right hand. So the immediate beads facing the interlock, which is this one, the one in the middle. So you pass through 4. So 1, 2, 3, then 4. So as you can see, the 2 fish lines are together. So you just tie it. You tie it 3 times at most. Okay, you can even tie it 4 times, but I think 3 is the best. But make sure it's very tight. 1, 2, 3, like this. And then here we have the beaded ball. This one is excess rope, so you can just decide to cut it off. We'll cut it off. So this is a beaded ball. This is a beaded ball, just like this one. Just like this one is a multicolored bead, and this one is a multicolored bead, and this one is a black beaded ball. This is a multicolored beaded ball, and this is a black beaded ball. And please make sure you follow the steps one after the other. So this is a beaded ball. So let me cut it. So I'm cutting it now. I'm cutting the remaining fish line now. Just cut it to the extent that you don't see the rope there, the fish line over there. So you just take your time and cut it. Just cut. So this is our 30 beaded ball. So after cutting the excess fish line, we have the beaded ball looking this way. So right now we are going to make a key holder out of this to look like this pink one that we have here. So we just take our pin, this pin, and then we put in 1 medium-sized bead. Then you can hold the beaded ball like this. You can see that there are spaces in between. So I just pass this through one of the spaces like this. So when you pass it through, it start looking like this. You see, it's here. So it's looking like this. Then we insert another bead, another medium-sized bead here onto the pin. This pin is looking too long now. So afterwards, we have something like this. As you can see, this is the first one I inserted, and then there's the second one. So we have it looking like this. So this is how it's supposed to look with the excess pin. So you are going to cut this excess pin. Yeah, so we have it like this. I forgot to mention, it's supposed to be vertical. The pin is supposed to be positioned in it vertically. It's not supposed to be horizontal. It's supposed to be vertical like this, like how it's looking now. So you pass it through in a way that it looks vertical. Then we cut the excess of this with this machine. It's just a simple machine. It's used for cutting. So you cut the excess. You can take your time in cutting it, because if you cut it too much, it will affect the work. So you take your time and then you cut it, and then you analyze and see if it's okay, because it's a key holder. So this one, I think I need to cut a little bit more. Then we use this machine here. You use it to turn this one. You know how key holders are, so you turn it this way. Take your time and turn it this way. After turning it this way, then we just put this, the holder that we had. So you just put the holder into it like this. So it will be looking something like this. Then you take your machine, this simple machine. You can get it in any beaded shop. Then you just fold it this way. Yeah, so after using the tool to turn it, then this is the end product. This is the final product. This is what we have. So you just need a tool, anything that can cut the excess of the pin. Anything that can cut the excess of the pin, you can use it. You can use it, and then you have your key holder. So this is a beaded key holder, a 30 beaded ball key holder. This is how it's supposed to look, just like this. I think these beads are quite bigger than this ones. So this is a 30 beaded ball key holder. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. If this is your first time watching our video, please subscribe, like, and then comment down below what you want us to do. Thank you so much. Bye.